Hi everybody and welcome to game week 13 for the predictions, results and summary. I'm here with Atul.
Hello there pundits, how are you?
Atul, what did you make of game week 13? Because it's some very interesting scores.
Well, I think I've been playing it for a fair while and this has been really high scoring. Over 50% of the field scored 100 plus, so well done to everyone.
In actual fact, there were 7 players scoring 100 points plus, like AJ said, so another very high score. And as we always say, you're going to see the full summary and email containing all the league tables for the league and cup. But memory serves me, it was about 95% was the average score this week, so it was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal. I mean, you wouldn't have expected something high scoring like that, but, you know, as I said, congratulations. And it just makes it more interesting.
Absolutely, yeah.
More interesting indeed.
Well, let's get straight into the player performance this week. You're still sitting pretty on top at the moment. Scoring very well as well, 120 points you did, but who hit the week's highlights?
Well, for me, I've been saying it for the last few weeks and I'll say it again, it's Anton. He is really making that march up the table.
Round of applause.
Oh yeah.
Round of applause, Anton. Well done. 165 points, really good. Just slightly undershadowed was Monil, 160 points, and that was my tag headline on the email. I mean, the guys at the bottom, they're certainly not out of it, and they really produced the performances this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, as I said, everyone's been picking up points, stealing a march, and everyone else, you know. So it's really, really close, and we'll talk a little bit about it in the cup as well, the impact of it, you know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's just, you know, who would have thought, you know, some of these scores would have come on. You know, Manchester United beating Arsenal. Sorry about that, Mark. You know, everyone saw that as a Arsenal win or a draw, but you know, it mixes it up with the Burnley result. You know, Newcastle, people are starting to put their sort of like trust in them, and a few predictions going with them as well. So
absolutely,
it all makes it interesting. Interesting indeed.
Manager of the season's got to be Pardew, but how many people actually had him down to actually get the sack? So
I mean, yeah, just looking at the sack race itself, you know, I think there's only 1 or 2 characters in there, and 1 or 2 people who actually get the points. So it's got to pick up points elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. But anyway, we've highlighted a couple, but don't forget as well, we've got Daniel finally having some form, 115 points. Craig, we know what he can do, 115 points too. 220 pointers was, like I said, yourself, and Pendra, who's got some good form going on. I think he's actually creeping up the table unnoticed, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly looking over my back now. It really has got to the stage where it's just impossible to see who's going to catch up. You know, one week it was Tom. Unfortunately, Tom slipped slightly, but we've got Craig there.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that actually. You're still out in the lead and you've actually increased that. It's 115 those totals, so that what that does is second place Craig is 120 points difference between you and second place, and 5 points further back is Tom. So you've got a bit of a cushion there, matey. And then we've got another 40 points on from Pendra, like I was saying, he's creeping up, and 5 points behind him is Lee. Then you really notice a gap of 50 plus to Jo, and then it's really even wider. So whilst you've got a nice lead there, I think you can talk us about when you had that massive game week a couple of weeks ago. It really can change so quickly.
Phenomenal, Mark. You know, I've always said this, and it is a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I'd like to be jubilant, boisterous, etc., bragging about my top spot, but you've got to look back. Just look back 2 weeks on your charts, pundits, and you will see that I was 115 adrift. And now I've turned it, a massive swing to 120. So all it takes is just a big game week and you're right up there, pundits.
You said everything there. I mean, that is so true, and you know, it's going to be interesting. But even you've got to keep up your scoring, because we've got 1 week to come, which is the game week. Is it 13, 14? I'm getting confused already.
Game week 13.
But what that does, it's all about manager of the month, isn't it? Now, at the moment, with 1 more game week to go to decide this, you're in the lead on 505 points that you've amassed so far. We've then got Anton 410, and we've also got Pendra on 405. So, you know, 100 points different. It's really close again, even on manager of the month.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, you pointed out, it's very close. Point scoring on a weekly basis, are you looking at it? What was a weekly sort of like average?
95.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, you know, all I need is a terrible week, and one of my colleagues below me pick up the points. they're in there.
Absolutely. Now we turn our attention to the Cup because we're coming back from international break. We've got league, but we've got Cup also. We had a 100% record. Unbelievable, 100%. It's been shattered. Tell us about that.
You just can't. I couldn't see that one. I really couldn't see that one. I'd have put my mortgage, my wife. That's expensive.
Steady, AJ.
I'd have put that one on Tom winning. But wow, what a turn up!
Just to let you know, if you haven't paid too much attention to it, Tom had 100% record going into this game week. He was top of game week Group A. Craig, unfortunately, done well in the league, not too good at the Cup by self-admission, I think he'd say. He's been bottom. But the bottom has overthrown the top. He's still down there, but he's picked up 3 points, beating the big dog Tom, and there's some very interesting ones. Before we even move in further, you played Pendra, and 120 points each draw. I mean, what a game!
It's phenomenal. It's tooth and nail, and it just makes it more exciting. I was just even looking at the table, and pundits, when you have a look at the table, you will realise that every single person, all 13 of us, are still in a chance of winning the Cup.
Yeah.
A couple of people are just a point or two adrift of qualifying for the next stage.
Yeah. No, it really is exciting, actually. It makes it for a good game. I mean, in both groups, we're just seeing it here, and you're going to get this in the next 24 hours, but in Group A and Group B, the first two people in each group are on 9 points. It really does make for good reading. But yeah, no, it's looking very good. Anyway, what have we got coming up in the next game? Where are we going to score those points, AJ? We've got a hot shot coming up, I believe.
Yeah, I believe the hot shot is the Swansea game, if I'm correct.
Swansea Crystal Palace.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Swansea are not a little bit inconsistent, but they're getting the results. But Crystal Palace, Yerdinak. Leading the way.
Oh, especially with that beard. But yeah, other games that look quite tasty to me. You've got West Ham Newcastle. I mean, West Ham are scoring goals this season. I think Allardyce is probably punching above his weight. But Pardew, the silver-haired one, I mean, he can't do anything wrong.
Well, the funny thing is that 90% of us, we predicted those two managers to be out of it. And I was saying to Mark earlier on, this time last season, the sack race was finished. All three of our choices were completely gone by then.
Absolutely.
What a season.
One other game as well, the extremely inconsistent and underachievers Tottenham are host to Everton. And Everton, under Martinez, you heard it here first, I think they're about to get resurgent again. I think with Lukaku coming back, I think they're going to be strong over Christmas. What do you reckon, AJ?
I think so. Personal perspective, I do fancy Everton turning this one around. Tottenham's form has been inconsistent, and you never know, I might even go for it 2-1. Sorry, Anton.
Oh, well, there you go. Listen, it's been a really good game. It's great to be back after international break.
Yeah.
We just must finish. Well done, Anton. 165 points. Your first game week went well done. Monil, only 5 points behind as well. You had a blinder. Yeah. Hopefully you boys can get upward trending now and really climb that league table. But we're all looking forward to game week 13.
Yeah, I am, and I'm also looking forward to just one quick one, the Southampton Man City one as well. So pundits, at the end of the day, you've got to be in it to win it.
Absolutely. Take care. Look forward to all the WhatsApp messages, and we'll see you very soon.
See you later.